Have you faced any difficulty while solving any question?
No, the questions were fairly easy.
Okay, let's continue. So today we will discuss how to find the solution of the quadratic equation, which you already know. Splitting the middle term will help us to find the solution of the quadratic equation. Now let's say we are having 4x square minus 9 is equals to 0. This is also a quadratic equation, right?
Yes, because it agrees to.
Yeah. If we have to find the solution of this quadratic equation, that means the x value we have to find. Can you tell me, Zoha, how to find the x value from here?
From here we can equate it, right? We can take minus 9 on that side.
Okay. So it will be 0 plus 9, right?
Yes, so it will be equal to 9.
Then what will be the next step?
Then we can take 4 on the other side.
Okay.
Become 9 by 4.
Okay. Then what will be the x value?
It's not really giving us the x value, it's only giving us x square value. So.
Okay. So x square is 9 by 4. If
Yes.
we will remove this square sign, if we will try removing the square sign from the left hand side, what are we going to have?
Maybe we'll have 3 by 2, I think.
Yeah, we will be having 3 by 2. That side it will be square root. But we also have to be sure that plus minus sign will come at the same time. Because when you will do a square of plus 3 by 2 square you will be getting plus 9 by 4. When you will do a square of minus 3 by 2 square you will be getting 9 by 4 only. Any confusion? That's why whenever we are removing square sign, at that time only we have to take plus minus sign. Suppose you are having x square is equals to just 36. So it will come out as a x equals to plus minus root 36. Plus minus sign here only you have to show, and then you will be saying that x value is plus 6, x value is also minus 6. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yeah. So at that time only you have to, whenever square is getting converted to square root sign, at that time only you have to give plus minus sign. Okay. That means we are understanding. We are understanding that plus 6 square is also 36 and minus 6 whole square is also 36. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, this is the value of x. We have got two different values of x. One of them is, okay, here is square root I have written. It will be just plus minus 3 by 4, because the square root you will write like this, plus minus square root of 9 by 4, which will be 3 by 2 only, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So two different x value we got. One is plus 3 by 2, another is minus 3 by 2. This is one of the way of doing the factorization, finding the x value from here. The other way is we can use the identity. We can write it as a 2x complete square minus 3 complete square. Does it look like any formula?
Yeah, it's like a minus b whole square.
It is a plus b in one bracket, a minus b in another bracket.
Oh wait,
It
no,
is a yeah.
it's a square minus b square. It's like a minus. It's like
Yeah.
you'll get a plus
Is
b into a minus b, that one. It's
yeah.
identity.
This identity a plus b, a minus b. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's write it. 2x plus 3 and 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. So now the factorized form we are having, we can say either the first bracket is equals to 0, because we understand that logically the two terms multiplication will only be 0 if the first one is 0, or maybe the second one is 0, or maybe both are 0. Then only the result can be 0, right?
Yes.
So from here also we are getting the same. You can check it, Zoha. Please tell me what is the two different x values.
Okay. So the first one, the x value will be minus 3 by 2,
Hmm.
and the other one will be plus 3 by 2.
Yeah. Okay. So these are the different values of x. One is minus 3 by 2, another is plus 3 by 2. And that's what we have got over here, right? X equals to plus 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2. So these are two different ways of solving the same quadratic equation. Getting it?
Yes.
Okay. So if we are having this as a quadratic equation, 6x square minus 2x is equals to 0. How to solve this, Soha?
For this one, okay, ma'am, can you explain this?
Yeah, sure. So what we can do, can you see, is it possible to take out any common factor?
Yes, it is.
What can be taken out as a common factor?
We can take 2.
Just to,
And we can take 2x. That also. It
yeah,
becomes
perfect.
3x.
Mhm.
3x minus 1.
Can you see we got two different factors, two
Yes.
different brackets we don't have? No worries. No worries. Something into something is equals to 0 means either the first term is 0 or maybe the second term is 0 or maybe both are 0. So two different possibility from here also we are able to generate either 2x is 0 or maybe 3x minus 1 is 0. Getting it?
Yes.
And from here we are able to find two different x values. Yes or no?
Yes, we are.
Tell me what are the two different x values?
So the first one is 0 by 2.
0 by 2 is,
0 by 2 is 0.
next one is,
Next one is 1 by 3.
yeah. So two different x value we got. One of them is x equals to 0, another is x equals to 1 by 3. Any confusion, Zoha?
No.
So this type of quadratic equation is also there. Splitting the middle term is not one and only one way to solve the quadratic equation. We will think about all the possibility. We will think about the formulas, the identities. We will think about taking common factor. And then we will also, along with that, we will think about splitting the middle term. So splitting the middle term is already clear to you. Let me give one quadratic equation. Check it whether you are able to do it or not. Just a second. And the square root term which you were asking, no, Zoha, it is there in this chapter. Okay, in this chapter we are having square root terms. like the quadratic equation having square root terms. We will be doing that also, but just a second. Let me open that. So today we are discussing how to find the solution of the quadratic equation, and the question is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. Find the solution of this quadratic equation. By splitting the middle term, it will be possible.
Yeah. Okay, so the first x is 2 and the second x is 5.
The first bracket is the first x is 2 and the second one is 5.
Yeah, because in the
Let's check.
bracket it's x minus 2 and second one is x minus 5.
Okay. X square 3x, so 5 and 2. I can see you have already found it correctly.
Yeah, minus 5 plus 2x minus 10.
X we will take out common. It will be x minus 5 plus 2 we will take out common. It will be x minus 5. Is it plus 2, Zoha? X value
Yeah,
is plus 2.
yes, x value is plus 2. We
Can you
take
check
positive.
if here we are from this bracket? I can see we are getting x minus 5 and x plus 2. Have you got the same?
X minus 5x. Yeah, it's x minus 5x plus 2.
So if we will take x minus 5 is equals to 0, x value is 5. Perfect. If we will take x plus 2 is equals to 0, x value will be
It's minus 2. I forgot to add the
3.
sign, sorry.
Yeah. So this is how, yes, splitting the middle term is already clear to you. In polynomial chapter, we were doing for quadratic polynomial. The same process we have to repeat over here. If suppose we are having Zoha 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equals to 0. Can you split the middle term over here?
Yes.
Do it. Are you able to do it, Zoha, or we can do it together?
I mean, I got halfway through. Can we do it together?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. So first thing first, as we were discussing in pair of linear equation in two variable, that
But
whenever
like
this type of fractional term, yeah, tell me.
it's like you have to do LCM for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be
Which,
like 16x square minus 8x plus 1. Whole thing is
mhm.
by 8, basically.
Yeah, perfect. 16x square minus 8x
Then you
plus
take
1,
8 on
this
the
10,
other side and you can cancel 8 because,
it will be 0. 0 into
yeah,
8
it'll
is
be 0.
just 0.
Yeah, 0 into 8
Okay,
is anything multiplied by 0, 0. And then from here we can do like the normal calculation.
yeah. We can split from middle term. A into C is 1
Yeah,
into,
6.
like,
Okay, now I'm getting the answer. Okay,
yeah, do it. You are on the right track.
because I got a bit confused. It's like,
No worries, do it. You were already on the right track. You are doing it correctly. Finish it.
okay, so I'm getting both of the x's are the same, like 4x minus 1, 4x minus 1. I'm getting both of them are the
Yeah,
same.
it can be said. Doesn't matter. Okay.
So
Next
it's
will be
like 1 by 4 for both of them.
1 by 4. Yeah, it can be same. Okay.
Okay,
So when we were discussing in polynomial chapter, geometrical representation of polynomials, zeros, geometrical representation of zeros. So that time for quadratic polynomial, we were saying no, it can be two roots, it can be one root, right? One, it can be 2 0, it can be 1 0. When the degree of the polynomial is 2, maximum 2 0 it can have, right?
yes.
So when we were saying it can have 1 0, this is the case. You can see. Still it is having two zeros, but since both are same, we are calling it 1 0. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you have already done it correctly. Let me give one more and then we will start the discussion of the quadratic equation having square root. So next one is 100x square minus 20x plus 1 is equals to 0. Just give me a second, Zola. You do it, okay?
Okay. I found the zeros.
Okay, what you got, Zoha?
So like I got the first one is x equal to minus 1 by 10. Other one is just 1 by 10.
So 100 AC will be 100, which we can take it as a 10 into 10. Yeah. So we can take it as a x. If we can take it as a 100x square minus 10x, again minus 10x plus 1. So yeah, here we'll be taking 10x common. It will be x minus 1, 10x minus 1. And here we'll be taking minus 1 common. And it will be 10x minus 1. Yeah, here also I can see both the result will be same only. Can you
Only the
see it,
signs are
Zoha?
different. Only
No.
the signs are different. That's it.
Signs are also not different, Zoha. Check it.
The signs are not different.
No. Check it. Can we split this 20 minus 20 as this one? Can we?
I mean, we can, right? Because minus
Yeah,
10x minus 10x, it becomes
yeah, this
20.
is correct. If you will, what can be taken out common factor from the first two? 10x, right? Zoha?
Okay, no, no, no. For this, the third step,
Mm-hmm.
both of them have to
This,
be both of them have to be positive. Like we
if we
take
will
out
take, okay, you tell me your steps. I'm writing over. First step is, yes, Zoha, what you have written in your copy.
in my copybook.
Yeah,
If we
you
take
have.
okay, it's fine. We take 10x as the common. We get 10x
Mhm.
minus 1. How about
Mhm.
for the second one? We take minus 1 as the common.
Yes,
Minus
we
1.
will be taking minus 1 as a common. Why minus 1 common? Because 10x we need positive because it
Yes.
is positive in the first bracket. So whatever is there in the first bracket, the same thing we want in the second bracket. And for
Yes.
that, we have to take negative out. Once we have taken out negative common, now we are able, whenever you will be taking negative common, Zoha, if each and every term, whatever will be remaining, the remaining part will reverse its sign. So this 10x, which was minus initially, whatever
Becomes
will be
positive.
remaining from here, it will be positive. And this plus 1, which was
Becomes
positive
minus
over
1.
here. Now, can you see both the bracket is coming out as a 10x minus 1, 10x minus 1?
Yes.
And that's why I said that both are exactly same. Even the sign also is not different, just like the previous one. Can you see?
Yes.
It is just 1 by 10. Not minus 1 by 10, it is just 1 by 10. Right, Soha?
Yeah, just 1 by 10. Both of them are just 1 by 10.
Yeah, there is one more way to solve it. Let me show you that way also, because if you will see anywhere, you will not get confused. Splitting the middle term is fine. Okay, it is working over here. But there is one more way. If we understand the identity, then we can use the identity over here also. 100x, we can write it as a 10x complete square. Can we?
Yes, we can.
1 we can write as a 1 whole square because 1 square is just 1 only. Now middle term we can write as a 2 into a into b. Can you see it is just 20x?
Yes.
Does it looks like any formula? A square minus 2ab plus b square. Can we write it
Yes.
as a minus b whole square formula? A minus b whole square formula, the complete.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. And from here also you can see we are getting the same. 10x minus 1 whole square means in one bracket 10x minus 1 into in another bracket 10x minus 1. So both the value will be 1 by 10 only. 1 by 10 only. Can you see this approach, Zoha?
Yes.
So this is also one of the approach. However, splitting the middle term, if it is working, we are supposed to use that one only because we cannot think about so many possibility. Okay. Now the square root terms. When we are having root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equals to 0, then how we will apply the same method, like how we will use the same method of splitting the middle term. So whatever we were doing over there, same thing we will do over here. Can you tell me, Zoha, what is our A, what is our C over here?
Yeah, our A is root 2 and our C is 5 root 2.
Okay, please do the multiplication and let me know what are you getting.
We get 5 root 4.
5 root 4, that is root 4 is,
Root 4 is like, it's like 2 square. Like,
yeah, so only 2, right?
yeah, only 2.
So can we say it is just 5 into 2, that is 10. Can we? Can we?
Yes, we
So
can.
far, is it clear, Zoe? Yeah.
Yes.
Root 2 into root 2 is only 2. Root 2 into
Yeah.
root 2 is root 4, which is eventually giving us only 2. So 5
Yeah,
into 2 is 10. So AC is 10. Now we will focus on splitting this AC. Can you tell me, Zoha, what will be how we will split it so that just by adding those two number or maybe by subtracting, we will get the middle term, that is 7x.
yeah, we can write
7.
root 2x square plus 5x
Hmm.
plus 2x
Hmm.
plus 5 root 2 equal to 0.
Perfect. Now we will take out the common factor from the first two term from the next two term. Let's take out common factor from the first two term. What is common factor, Zoha?
Can we take x as common factor?
Yeah, x is a common factor. And what will be remaining?
We get root 2x plus 5.
And what is common factor from the next two terms, Zoha? Here we need to understand, Zoha, that 2 is just the combination. If we will factorize this 2, 2 means root 2 into root 2. Okay, 2 means
Yeah.
root 2 into root 2. So if we understand it, we will be able to take out the common factor. Can you tell me now what is common factor, Zoha?
Okay, so can we take a common factor?
Have Okay, if you are not sure about this one, have you done this type of questions, Zoha, where maybe in maybe in previous class or maybe before that, we when you just started learning about algebraic expression, the question used to be like this. Suppose we are having x to the power 4y, then we are having 2x cube y square, then we are having x y to the power 3. What is the common factor from all these terms? So what we used to do, first we used to write x to the power 4y as a x into x into x into x and then 1y. The next term we used to do the factorization, and it will be 2 into x into x into x into y, and the next one will be xy cube. It is already given in the question. So x into y into y into y. Now what is the common factor? What is the factor which is common in all the terms? So x is here, x is here, x is here. We can take one x as a common factor.
We can take 1y.
We can take one more x is here, one more x, but the other one is not there. One y is here, one y is here, one y is here. Fine, one y we can take. Any more y we can take? No, because the first one don't have any other y. So xy is the common factor. This is how you started learning this concept, right, Zoha?
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, if I will just change the scenario and I will write root 2, 5 root 2 is there and root 2 x is there. Now, what is common factor in this two term? So, what you will do, 5 root 2 means 5 into root 2. We can still factorize this 5 as a root 5 into root 5. We can write this 5 as a root 5 into root 5. But if it will be needed, then only we will do it. For now, it doesn't seem that other term is having root 5 type of something. So we are not supposed to break it again. Okay. Now the next one. Okay,
Left
by
2.
mistake I have written just root 2. Just a moment. Let me make it 2x. Yeah. So 2x we are having over here. So 2x, what we can write? 2 into x. As I said to
2.
you, this 2, yeah, this 2 still we can do the factorization and we can write this 2 as a root 2 into root 2 into x. But when we will do like this, when we will do like this, when it will be required, when the other term is also having root 2 type of something. But here we can see, yeah, it's having, right?
So here we can take root 2 common, right?
Yeah.
So it become
Here
5
we can take
into root 2x.
Here we can take root 2 common. And if I will write both the term with plus sign, let's say I will write it as a 2x plus 5 root 2. Then you are saying you have taken root 2 common. So what is remaining from the second term? From 2x, you
Root
have
2x
already taken root 2x. And
plus
from
5.
any confusion, Zoha?
No, I got it. I understood. 2 is nothing but root 2 into root 2. That's
Exactly.
so
And
we can
we
take
will
root 2
break it
common.
when it will be needed. When it is
Okay.
not needed, we are not going to break it. Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, if you understood this one, let me introduce one more scenario. So suppose you are having 6x square and suppose you are having root 3x. Okay, let's factorize it and tell me, Zoha, what is common.
So we can take maybe
6 means 2 into 3, right, Zoha?
yeah 2 into
Into
3.
2x into x. And root 3 means just root 3 into x. No more factorization is possible. First one, I say to you that when other term is having a square root term, and here also it is possible, we will try doing that. So 2 if we can write as a root 2 into root 2, but other term is not having a square root 2, so no need of touching this.
What about 3? We
This
can
3,
write 3.
yeah, we
So we
can
can
write
take
this 3.
root 3x. We can take it as common because they both have root 3.
This root 3 and this root 3, this x and this
And
x
this
common,
x, we can
root
take it as common.
3x common. If I will write it with plus sign, you tell me what will be remaining. If I will write 6x square plus root 3x, you tell me, Zoha, what is common factor? Root 3x
If we
common
take
factor,
root
right?
3x as common, we get 2 into root 3 into x plus 1.
Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, this is how you have to think about it. If you are not getting it, then you can use your rough space, you can create the scenario and you can write it there. So here we will be having root 2 common and then we will be able to left with root 2 x
Root
plus 5.
2x plus 5, yes.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
So in one of the bracket we'll be having root 2 x plus 5. Other bracket will have what, Zoha?
For the bracket, will have x plus root 2.
Tell me the x values, Zoha, the way you were finding earlier. Tell me. Meanwhile, let me take out the question like this.
Okay. Okay, so the first one is x equal to minus 5 by root 2, and the second one is minus root 2.
Perfect. Okay, let me take the other scenario.
Okay.
Let's do this one. X square minus root 3 plus 1 x plus root 3 is equals to 0. It is already splitted form, Zoha. Every time we will not think about splitting the middle term. If it is already splitted, we will only start from the second step. That is taking common from the first two term, taking common from the next two term. Okay, sometime equation
Okay.
can be like this. Okay, so let's open the bracket and let's write it. Can you tell me what we will be having, Zoha?
When we open the bracket,
Hmm.
we'll get root 3x plus x.
Hmm. Is it minus root 3x or
Yeah, it's
plus?
minus root 3x
Plus x or
minus
minus?
minus x plus root 3.
So already the splitted version is given, right, Zoha?
Yes.
What is common factor from the first two terms?
Common factor we can take it as x.
Mhm.
So it becomes x minus root 3.
Yeah. From the next two term, what is common factor?
We can take minus 1 minus 1
Yeah. Then again x minus root 3, right?
minus root 3.
So x values are
X minus root 3 x minus 1, which will be
perfect.
x equal to plus root 3, x equal to 1.
Perfect. Let's do the next one. 4 root 3 x square plus 5x minus 2 root 3 is equals to 0. Let's solve it.
Oh, okay.
At first, what we need to do, Zoha?
We have to multiply a and c. We get
Then
8 root 6.
no, 3 into 3 is not 6.
No, no, sorry. It's 9, 9. 8 root 9, sorry,
Like,
sorry.
no worries. What are you going to have?
We can write 9 as 3, so it's 8 into 3,
Hmm.
which is
That is 24, right?
that 23. Yeah.
Now let's split this 24 by using two numbers which added together or maybe subtracted together will generate 5.
Okay, so 8 and 3 only we can take.
Let's use it.
Can you like scroll up so I can? So it will be plus 8x minus 3x.
Perfect. Now the taking the common factor. That is the main concern.
Important part, yeah.
Tell me, what is the common factor from the first
So
two?
for the first one, We can take 4x as common. We'll be left with root 3x plus 2.
Perfect. From the next two terms.
Okay, so for the next two terms, we can take root 3 as common.
Plus root 3 or minus root
It's minus root 3 because when you multiply, we have to get that term minus.
3?
So we'll be left with root 3x plus 2.
Yeah, I can see you already got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Now in one of the bracket, we'll be having 4x minus root 3. In another bracket,
root 3x plus 2,
perfect.
which will
Tell
be
me the
equal
x
to
value.
root 3 by 4 plus root 3. And the other one is minus 2 by root 3.
Perfect. Let me take some more questions. Okay, if you have understood this one, Zoha, then the next, let's discuss the next possibility also, so that today we can, I can activate the assessment for you.
Okay.
So this here, when we were doing the multiplication of A and C, Zoha, the number was coming, okay, due to both like A and C having a square root term, it was just creating a normal integer like 24 minus 24, whatever the normal number it was creating without any square roots and all. And then thinking about that was quite simple. But here, if we will be having if the middle term is having the square root term, then it will be little bit tricky. Okay, if the middle term is having a square root, then the same process we have to apply, the process which we are doing with the normal like ABC with the square root, the same process we will be repeating over here. Let's do it. So A into C will be
120.
120. Okay. Now we will try splitting this 120 having two terms which added together or maybe subtracted together will generate 6 root 3. So let me explain this one to you. So can we say the first term must have root 3 with itself and the second term must have root 3 with itself? Can we say that, Zoha?
Yes, we can. Because,
Yeah, because we know that if root 3 term will be added or subtracted to root 3 term, then only 6 root 3 will come out, right?
yes,
So when we have written root 3 into root 3 like that, into must be there. We are trying to factorize 120. So if we are trying to factorize 120 and already we have taken root 3 by ourselves, already we have taken root 3 ourselves by ourselves. That means 3 we have already taken by ourselves. Yes or no, Zoha? Root 3
yes,
into root 3 is 3. 3 multiplied with which number is 120, Zoha? Divide
3.
120 by 3 and check it.
No, it's the 340. 340 is the
40.
question.
Okay. 3 into 40 is 120. Okay. 3 multiplied with 40 is 120. Now in this we realize that 3 already we are creating. Let me wipe the second line. We realize that here we have written root 3 along with the first number. We are supposed to write root 3 along with the second number. That means already we are creating 3. What else we need to create while doing the factorization of 120? 40. 40. Now in this two bracket, what we must write? By splitting 40, we must write two number in this two sky box, so that these two number added together or maybe subtracted together will generate 6. Split 40 by using two such number which added together or maybe subtracted together will give you 6,
Minus 4.
because middle, uh, which two number?
10 and 4.
10 and 4. Okay, if we will be taking 10 over here, 4 over here, then 10 and 4, 10 root 3, 4 root 3 will create 6 root 3. Getting my point, Zoha?
Yes,
So let's summarize. At first, we did the multiplication of AC, the way we do. 120 we got. Then when we are trying to split 120, we are clear We are very much clear that first term will have root 3, second term will have root 3. Root 3 already we have taken in the factorization of 120. That means we are understanding that already we are creating 3 while doing the factorization of 120. What else we need to make? So 3 into which number is 120? Go ahead and divide it, you will get that 40
Yeah.
we need to multiply in 3, that will create 120. Now your question will be straightforward, that you need to split 40 in two numbers, so that you must generate this 6,
Okay.
because root 3 things is sorted. Root 3 thing is already sorted. You have to split 40 by using two such number, which added together or maybe subtracted together will generate 6. So you said to me 10 and 4 is 40 and 10 minus 4 is plus 6. So this is how we have splitted the middle term. So far, is it making sense to you, Zoha?
Yeah.
We are done. Now common factor, I can see you are able to take already. Here you have to take common factor from the first two term. Tell me, Zoha, what can be taken?
Yeah. So for the first one, we can take maybe 2 as common. 2.
Hmm.
So it become 2 into x square plus 5.
Wait.
Oh, they both
2x
have x.
common we have
So a
to.
2x
Yeah.
common, yeah. I didn't see that, sorry. So it
Yeah.
becomes x plus 5 root 3.
Perfect. From the next two term, what can be taken out as a common factor, Zoha? If it is creating confusion, rough space you can use and tell me.
We can take
We can take
root 2 as common.
Can you see on the screen, Zoha, 4 root 3 can be written as 2 into 2 into root 3 into x. Can
Yeah,
you
it can
see?
be written like this.
And 60 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 5.
Yes, it can.
Can you see this 2 is common factor?
So we can take 2.
4 is the common factor. And as I said to you in the previous question, that whenever needed, this 3 also we will break. So here it is needed because the other term is having root 3, right, Soha?
So it will become root 3 into root
So
3.
this
So we can take 1 root 3.
we can take 1 root 3. So what are we left with? In the first term, only x is remaining. In the second term, 5 root 3 is remaining. Am I making sense?